Many runners know that the sport of running has a fairly high injury rate. Anywhere from 50 to 75% of runners are going to get hurt in any given calendar year. And we can do a lot to mitigate that number and help you prevent your next big injury. Now, running is a contact sport. It's you versus the ground, and every mile that you run has thousands of footsteps, and that produces a lot of shock and force that runs through the body. Now, we can't mitigate all of that. You're always going to feel a little bit sore after a hard workout or a long run, and because us runners can be a little bit type A, we're always pushing the envelope of trying to train harder and train more. But there are definitely some great ways of building injury prevention into our training plan. And I want to demonstrate for you a strength routine that I developed that is really helpful at addressing muscle imbalances. Now, muscle imbalances are really common because none of us are symmetrical. All of us have differences from the left to the right side of our body. And many of you with fancy running watches can see the ground contact time between your left foot and your right foot and how that's usually not the same. Now, a lot of this is perfectly normal. We are biological creatures. We are not machines. We do not operate perfectly. And so a certain amount of asymmetry is normal, expected, and not something that you should worry about. But when those imbalances get a little bit too severe, when issues with running with improper form or lifestyle problems or previous injuries, when those contribute to existing imbalances, that can really create a substantial imbalance, and that can really increase your risk of injuries. So what I've done is created an exercise routine that really focuses on single leg strength. This is a series of 8 exercises. You can do it once, twice, or 3 times as a full set. But these exercises primarily have you work on one leg at a time, because that's really what running is, right? Running is essentially a very coordinated series of one-legged hops from leg to leg to leg. And if one of our legs is substantially weaker or doesn't move as properly and effectively as it should, then we're going to really put the other leg at a disadvantage. It's going to have to do more work. We're going to increase our injury risk. And by incorporating more single leg strength exercises into our training program, we can do a lot to remedy this imbalance between the left and right side. So I'm going to go outside. I'm going to demonstrate these 8 exercises for you. Now, just keep in mind, you don't have to do all of these exercises for 3 sets all at once. Start with 1 set, see how it makes you feel. And you'll notice that I'm using a 20-pound kettlebell for some of the weighted exercises here in this video. Now, you don't have to use a kettlebell. You could use a dumbbell. You could use a medicine ball. You could use more weight. You could use less weight. The really important thing is that you're simply doing the exercises and that you are progressing through them and getting better at them over time. Hopefully, you'll become more competent at them and you'll become stronger, and you'll find out that your legs are not experiencing the same type of imbalances that you might have been experiencing before. All right, let's go outside. I'll show you these exercises. So there we have it. Those are some great exercises for combating imbalances that you might have in your body. Now, remember, some imbalances are totally normal, so don't think that, if you're a tiny bit off from here to there based on your watch's metrics, that you have to, invest the house in physical therapy to get you perfectly symmetrical. Usain Bolt is not symmetrical, and he's the fastest man we've ever seen. Ultimately, what this routine is all about is addressing potential weaknesses and pitfalls that we might have in our training. And as runners, our primary sport of running is fairly two-dimensional. We're just running straight ahead, and when we're racing, we're just going straight ahead as hard as we can. There's not a lot of dynamic athleticism in our sport. Maybe if you're a trail runner or a steeplechaser, there's a little bit more there. But this routine is proactive. Let's address potential imbalances before they even occur. Let's make sure that we are doing single leg exercises regularly in our training so that we're developing strength competently on both sides. And that is going to make us stronger, it's going to make us faster, and it's definitely going to prevent more injuries. Hey guys, just a quick note. Let me come in my office for a sec. I just wanted to talk to you about injury prevention for a sec. If you enjoyed this video and you happen to be a runner who struggles with injuries, runners get hurt a lot, and I want you to not get hurt so often. That's one of my primary goals as a running coach, is to deal with the incredibly high injury rate in this wonderful running community. We've put together a running course that you can sign up for free. You'll get an email a day with lessons about injury prevention, case studies, example exercise routines, mistakes to avoid, all kinds of great stuff for you. The link is strengthrunning.com/prevention. There's going to be a link under this video too, and a card. But if you're someone who does have injuries, I want you to think strategically about what you can implement in your training to really fight off every major injury that you could potentially have. Because the more you can stay healthy, the more that you can run consistently, the better runner you're going to be, the faster runner you're going to be, and you're just going to be happier. So I hope you take advantage of that free course, and after a couple weeks, send me an email and let me know how you're doing.